So I apologize for having to sit, but that's just the way it is today. Thank you so much for the beautiful prayers. My name is Elizabeth Kane, and I'm a regional coordinator for the Silent No More Awareness campaign. And I'm so glad all of you are here. Can you hear me okay? Okay, thank you. And I just welcome you all here. Thank you so much for coming. And it's so important that we tell the truth about our abortion experiences. And we so appreciate this opportunity to come forth and share that. Because really that's all that is needed to end abortion, is for people to hear the truth. Bless them wherever they are going. And I want to thank the IU Students for Life for putting this on for Monica's health and Eric and everyone that was involved in this. As you will hear, abortion has affected us in many, many different ways. Physically, we have suffered from infections and miscarriages, fertility problems. Abortion has affected us emotionally. We've suffered from depression, substance abuse, eating disorders, relationship problems. Abortion has affected us spiritually. We were separated from God because of our sin, and we feared God's judgment. And some of us didn't think we were welcome in His church anymore. So the truth must be told that abortion hurt women. Legal abortion was supposed to be a safe, simple solution for women that were having an unplanned or problem pregnancy. It was a lie then, and it's a lie 38 years later. We are here today to publicly share what has been a very private and painful experience in our lives. Why? Because the truth must be told that women and men can get healing. There are many, many people that can relate to our pain, and they need to know about the help that is available. We are being healed from the pain. We've been able to grieve. We have learned to forgive ourselves and others, and we have found peace. We have been forgiven and set free, and we want those who are still hurting and suffering to experience the same. Help is available. It's awesome the amount of help that's out there these days. There's support groups and programs nationwide. There are books and websites. If you are hurting, there's help. You are not alone. You can see us after the rally if you need more information. And there are dozens of gatherings going on all over the world. And the truth is getting out there. But many people still believe that women should have the right to an abortion. And I just ask you to listen to our stories and decide if you think that abortion is right for women. Pardon me. Thank you. I'm back. My story is this. The traffic is so loud. Am I louder? Okay, thank you. On July 3rd, 1981, I sacrificed the life of my unborn baby for just the hope of an engagement ring. I let an abortionist kill and throw away my child because I thought my boyfriend would marry me. Before my abortion, I thought I had it all. Like many 19-year-olds, I was in charge of my life and my future. I had dreams. I had a year of college behind me, and I was in love with my 23-year-old boyfriend of 2 years. And I knew in my heart that he was the one. It was the 70s, and I had grown away from my faith. And that phrase, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, unfortunately described a lot of what we were into, and unfortunately influenced many of the poor decisions I was making. I really didn't think I was hurting anyone, and I certainly had no idea how badly it would all turn out. When I told Brian that I was pregnant, he said that we weren't ready to have kids and that I should have an abortion. I was shocked and thought that he would want to get married. When we argued about it, he assured me that we'd have a family someday, just not right now, and that he'd take care of everything. I eventually agreed, and he kept his promise. He borrowed the money. He even made my appointment for me. He drove me to the Indianapolis Clinic for Women, and we waited there, and he waited there while I aborted our baby. I knew that abortion was wrong, but I ignored my conscience that was screaming at me inside, trying to warn me. But when I got to the abortion center, sadly there was no one praying outside or offering help that day. And back in those days, you didn't have a waiting period. So you just made your appointment, showed up, and had your abortion. There was also no ultrasound back then. So that is another thing that is so vital these days. I had told the doctor and nurse I couldn't go through with it before they started. And the doctor said I'd be okay. That was a lie. That doctor is Michael Kane, who does abortions at this very center. He does abortions in Indianapolis and also northern Indiana. I didn't have the courage to get up and leave. The actual abortion was very awful. It was painful. It was traumatic. It was violent. I shut down and blocked a lot of it out. But I remember the recovery room. It was a dingy room with gross recliners inside, just full of women moaning. The lady next to me started a conversation, passed the time. It was her 4th abortion. She said her husband didn't want children. That was it. I kind of snapped. I had to get out of there. Brian drove me back home. We didn't say very much. I told my mom I had been at the mall. Oh, how I wish I had really been at the mall. I was never the same after my abortion, although I didn't change my lifestyle. Just 3 months later, I was pregnant again. But Brian had decided he didn't love me anymore. He didn't love me anymore, and he wanted me to have another abortion. I refused, and so he abandoned us. My dreams of us being a family were shattered. So a few weeks after my 21st birthday, I gave birth to my son and raised him, staying single, never getting that all-important engagement ring. With God's help, of course, and lots of grace. He's 29 years old now, and I'm really proud to be his mom. He has paid a huge price for my mistakes in many, many ways, and I pray fervently for his healing of these deep scars. If only I had trusted God instead of myself. I've used many things to try and numb the pain: drinking, drugs, smoking, overeating. After 18 years, I finally realized a connection between my abortion and my addictive and very destructive behavior. I've battled severe depression, feeling worthless, and lots more the devil tries to conjure up. A few years ago, after realizing I was having trouble keeping my appointment for my annual GYN exam, I realized it's because I have flashbacks. Every time I have to use those darn stirrups. I praise God that in 1989, I sought out and received God's forgiveness in the sacrament of reconciliation in the Catholic Church. I've received help and healing in lots more places, and none has helped me more than the fellowship, acceptance, and understanding that I have found with other post-abortive women and men. I attended a Rachel's Vineyard retreat 2 years ago, and it was a very beautiful and healing experience. I felt deeply loved by my God, my children in heaven, and the other participants. Excuse me. While I've had one surgical abortion, I also have another baby in heaven. I didn't even know about it until 3 years ago when the Lord spoke to my heart when I was in adoration. That year of college I talked about, I was on the pill during that time. And the Lord showed to me that I had a miscarriage during that time. I've named my children Eve Marie and John Paul William, and I talk to them often. I ask them to please help their brother, their father, and their mother, and all the poor babies coming to heaven. Lord, have mercy. Not a day goes by that I don't regret my choice. It's been more than 10,000 days. What I wouldn't give to live that day over again and choose life for my baby. But abortion is forever. We don't get do-overs. So I must speak the truth and be silent no more. Thank you.